Attention, Madrid fans! Hot news that could change the future of Real Madrid. The club's board is open to the possibility of parting ways with important names in the defensive sector, while a young talent emerges as the new promise in midfield. Besides that, the team won decisively in the Preseason friendly against WSG Tirol, showing strength for the upcoming season. Before we continue, please click like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any news about the world's biggest club. Breaking news: Real Madrid is ready for possible changes in defense, with Ferland Mendy and David Alaba being the main names pointed for departure. At the same time, a new midfield talent, Thiago Pitarch, has been impressing Xabi Alonso's technical staff, being compared to PSG star Vitinha. To top it off, the Blancos won a 4-0 rout over WSG Tirol in Austria, in a friendly that showed strength and cohesion. Let's go into the details of each of these pieces of information that could have a big impact on Real Madrid's season. Starting with the defense, a sector undergoing important transformations. According to reports from the renowned The Athletic, Real Madrid's board is very interested in releasing Ferland Mendy and David Alaba. This decision has several reasons behind it. First, both players have been facing physical issues that limit their consistency on the field. Mendy, known for his speed and skill on the left side, has been struggling with injuries that have kept him out for long periods. Alaba, who was signed as one of the big stars in defense, also can't keep a consistent playing routine, which strains the club and coach Xabi Alonso when picking the team. Moreover, the arrival of young promises like Alvaro Carreras and Dean Huijsen has pushed them down the priority list. The Spanish coach has been giving more and more opportunities to these youngsters, who have shown a lot of quality and willingness to earn a spot in the first team. This clearly shows that Real Madrid wants to start rejuvenating its defense and give opportunities to players who can grow and stay with the club for many years. However, according to inside sources from Real, there is a pessimistic scenario within the board about the possibility of actually managing to sell Mendy and Alaba this summer. This may be due to several factors, such as their high salary values still left on their contracts and the lack of serious interest from other clubs to take on these players at this point in the transfer window. This situation puts Xabi Alonso in a difficult position. He needs to build a competitive defensive system for the season, but at the same time deals with an expensive squad that may not be performing as expected. The departure of one or both would be a financial relief for Real Madrid, but also a technical loss that must be carefully planned by the coach. Regarding this, Xabi Alonso is already analyzing alternatives, which may include more use of young players from the academy or even seeking reinforcements in the transfer market. Currently, names like Alvaro Carreras and Dean Huijsen are the most likely to get more minutes, but the door is open for Real to make deals if opportunities arise. Moving to midfield, where there is news that has generated expectation and excitement among fans. It's about Thiago Pitarch, an 18-year-old youngster who has been standing out in trainings with the first team. According to ESPN and Real Madrid inside sources, Pitarch has been described as a very dynamic, intense midfielder with great ability to break lines through precise passes, dribbles, and tireless running. Xabi Alonso's technical staff was surprised by this young player's performance, and it wasn't a small matter. Pitarch is already being compared to Vitinha, one of the most promising and established midfielders at PSG. Vitinha is known for his fast, creative play, great vision, and ability to score and provide assists. If Pitarch can reach this level, he could become a fundamental piece for Real in the coming years. This emergence of new talents from the academy and first team is a sign of renewal for Real Madrid. Xabi Alonso, who himself is a former renowned player with a sharp eye for modern football, seems to be playing an important role in developing and promoting young players. This could bring a new direction to the club, with a stronger focus on sustainability, internal development, and a more dynamic, up-to-date style of play. Now, let's talk about the field, where Real Madrid showed an impressive performance in Austria. In the only Preseason friendly, Xabi Alonso's team defeated WSG Tirol 4-0, a match that brought encouragement and showed that the squad is on the right track. Alonso started a strong defensive lineup, including Trent Alexander-Arnold, Dean Huijsen, and Alvaro Carreras, who made his official club debut. This lineup shows the coach's intention to mix experience with young promises, a strategy that could be very fruitful during the season. Brazilian Eder Militao opened the score with an impressive header, showing his presence in the box and aerial ability. Only 3 minutes later, Kylian Mbappe, one of the team's big stars, doubled the lead after receiving a pass from Arda Güler and finishing with precision. In the second half, Mbappe scored his second goal, demonstrating his hunger and importance to the team. To close the scoreline, Rodrygo, who has been highly speculated in the transfer market, came on in the second half and scored, showing he is still a valuable piece for Real. This victory is a very positive sign, as it shows the team is already building tactical value and that the integration of young players and new reinforcements can bear fruit. Besides that, the good performance of key players like Mbappe is essential for Real Madrid to aim high. Analyzing the overall impact of these news, we see a Real Madrid in a restructuring phase. The possible departure of Mendy and Alaba is a decision that carries risks but also opportunities. Risks in losing experienced players, but opportunities to give space to new names and think about a more sustainable future. Thiago Pitarch is the symbol of this renewal. A young player who can bring dynamism, energy, and new ideas to the team. If he can maintain this pace, he may become one of the club's big names in the coming years. Meanwhile, the win in Austria gives motivation to the squad and fans, showing that the team is ready for the battle ahead in La Liga and the Champions League. However, Real Madrid also needs to deal with important market issues. Sources close to the club report interest from other teams in players like Rodrygo, but the board is very alert to not lose important players without adequate compensation. This scenario requires great caution, planning, and strategy, especially in a transfer market that has been very busy and unpredictable. Beyond all these changes, it is important to highlight that Real Madrid is living a decisive moment to balance experience and youth. The possible departure of players like Mendy and Alaba opens space for academy talents like Dean Huijsen and Alvaro Carreras to take more leading roles. This transition, if well handled, can strengthen the team in the long term and bring a new identity to the defensive sector. In midfield, Thiago Pitarch emerges not only as a promising talent but also as a fundamental piece in Xabi Alonso's vision, who values versatile players who can contribute both defensively and offensively. Pitarch will have the difficult task of living up to high expectations, but his recent performance already shows he has the capacity to do so. Finally, the 4-0 rout over WSG Tirol is a clear indication that Real Madrid is preparing to fight for titles this season. With a mix of young promises and established stars like Mbappe and Rodrygo, the team demonstrates quality and potential to compete at the highest level in La Liga and the Champions League. Now, we must watch how these movements will materialize in the coming months and their impact on the season. And you, Madridista, what do you think about this possible renewal in defense? Would the departure of Mendy and Alaba be good for the team or a problem? Does Thiago Pitarch have what it takes to be the new Vitinha of Real Madrid? Leave your comment, like this video, and share to help the channel grow. Thank you for watching this video, Madridista. Until next time, with more hot news from Real Madrid.